It's Willie here, and I want to share with you some stuff that's available on Barter. Actually, just some timeshare that's available on Barter. I often mention that I'm in ITEX, which is the largest barter club in North America. We have 25,000 members scattered across the U.S. and Canada. Those members include for-profit and non-profit businesses. So I got this email this morning, and it's from James. It's actually Jim at bartertimeshare.com. But if you're not in barter, it won't matter. But Jim and a lot of barter clubs accept ITEX. And we earn our ITEX dollars. I earn my ITEX dollars by selling training and services, some at prices high as $10,000. And we leave our earnings on deposit with the barter club, with ITEX in this case. And then when we see something we want to buy, we pay for it with our barter dollars, and we then sell other stuff for barter dollars. If we want hard currency or US dollars, for example, we would buy something on at the barter club and then sell it in the real world for whatever the market value is. And we also do that in the barter club. We don't charge uh, prices outside of what we charge in the real world for the same products or services. That is, we don't gouge each other. We also don't ask each other for discounts. We just pay the list price. And so if you'd like more information on ITEX, which I'm very big on, I've been a member now for over a decade. You can just email me, willie at williecrawford.org, or you can text me, 850 353-1347. And if you're texting me, make sure that you include that you're texting me about barter, because I get so many phone calls and text that I sort of screen those. It's mostly telemarketers I get the phone calls from. So I'm sure you understand that. But in your email or in your text, I need your first and last name. I need your business name, if you have one. I need your phone number, either personal or business, and I need your email, either personal or business. And with that, I can either send you the information that you wanted. If you just want more information on ITEX, if you'd like an invitation to ITEX, tell me that, and I will log into our member-only website, and from there I'll trigger an invite. It'll go directly to your email. That's why I need that. And that reason I need your phone number is if you don't respond to the invitation, someone from ITEX will call you and just explain to you or discuss with you how you can be a benefit to ITEX and how ITEX can be a benefit to you. At ITEX, we sell almost any product or service under the sun that's legal, to include paralegal services and medical services like dental treatments and things like that, implants, construction, new and used homes, cars, boats, all kinds of clothing, to include brand new stuff still in the package, to what we call vintage stuff. Anything that's used, we term it vintage, and you'll see a lot of vintage clothing, a lot of vintage jewelry, a lot of artwork is sold on ITEX. Farm supplies. I do gardening, so I get most of my gardening materials, including plants, but also the fertilizers and things like that I get on ITEX from a local store that's a member of ITEX. I the large screen TV I have in my house, as well as my lawn furniture, I got on ITEX. Now, ITEX, the currency on ITEX is treated very much the same as ordinary income. So the IRS, I get a 1099, I think it's a 1099B, that tells what you earn. And so you do need to keep close records so that if you're using it for business purposes, you can, write it off as a business expense. This is not tax advice, but a lot of things that I buy are for business purposes. For example, I buy a lot of advertising in newspapers, magazines, billboards, radio, cable TV, and all of that is a business expense. So I can write that off and then balance that against what I show as earning on ITEX. If you need, tax advice, you should, of course, consult with a tax attorney. But what I want to show you here is one of the biggest sellers on ITEX is what we call disposables, and that is in the travel industry and also in the advertising industry. And that's because if you don't use if you don't sell today's hotel room, you can't sell it tomorrow. So if a hotel sees they're going to have extra space available in a given week or a given month, they usually list it on ITEX if they're members of ITEX, and a lot of hotels and a lot of travel facilities are. And same with major media. Uh, Publications such as the Wall Street Times and the New York Times, and a lot of those are members of ITEX. A lot of major media is an ITEX member, and for them to sell a 30-second space on radio, for example, they just got to tell the DJ to stop jibber jabbering for a few minutes and read an ITEX advertising, or all on magazine used to do is add an extra sheet of paper in the magazine. Same with newspapers. So that's very much available on iText, and that's what I use a lot. But this caught my attention because what it is this is a timeshare. This is a deeded timeshare, which means you own the property when you pay the fee. But they show they've got Hilton resorts available in Hawaii, Las Vegas, California, Florida, Arizona, Mexico, and in hundreds of other places. And I'll read this to you. It shows just a view on it. Looks like Florida to me. But it says Hilton Grand Vacation Club on Barter, deeded property in San Diego, Vegas, Hawaii, Sedona, which is Arizona, Canada, Mexico, and more. Forever timeshare ownership, deeded real estate. And it tells you how many points it's worth because they're members of RCI. But the cost is $1,800 barter, which could be ITEX. That's a purchase price. You bought it, $1,800 ITEX, and then $503 annual maintenance fee. A lot of people who own barter properties rent out those properties. A lot of people own timeshares, rent them out, and the timeshare more than covers the tiny maintenance fee, and they make a nice profit off of it. So that's one way you can do it. And just book your time using points from 1 to 14 nights at a time. All resorts listed are can be they fall under HiltonGrandVacation.com. Let's see, scrolling down. It says only one timeshare opens the door to hundreds of other travel opportunities and condo discounts, resort perks, and free additional weeks. Call to discuss your options. And it gives Jim. Jim is at jim@bartertimeshare.com. And for your information, I've already talked to Jim about being a guest on my podcast. So if you have questions you want to ask Jim and you're not really interested in buying a timeshare right now, you could email me, willie@williecrawford.org. Or if this is shared on social media, you can also text me via like Facebook or wherever, and tell me questions that you'd like for me to ask Jim during the interview. And I need to get back to Jim, but as soon as I do, I'll be sure to fit those questions in. Okay. Although he says he's happy to answer all questions. And let's see, scroll down the page. It says what's special about this property? We save thousands, that's dollars on vacations. Numbers show 57% off hotel room rates, and it can convert to RCI points. I don't remember exactly what RCI stands for, but it lets you trade properties across the network. So if you own a timeshare in one location, say Hawaii, and you want to go to Vegas instead, or vice versa, you can trade with other members for the same certain numbers of points. It says if you have questions, you can about the property, and when you click this link, it will open up your email and take you to bartertimeshare.com, or to give you Jim's email address too, which is jim@bartertimeshare.com. Anyway, this is Willie. I'd like to welcome you into ITEX. If you're interested in joining, just email me again, willie@williecrawford.org, or text me 850-353-1347. Please text rather than calling because I screen my calls since I get so many telemarketing calls. Thanks for listening and have a great day.